Welcome to Xbox Corner, my name is Alex and the massive winter sale has begun over on the Xbox Digital Store. So today we're looking at 10 of my favourites covering the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. With that, hit subscribe, join us here for reviews, deals, Game Pass breakdowns and graphical comparisons weekly, and let's get started. If you are grabbing anything, then consider using cornershop.gg for discounted Xbox Store credit or even Game Pass memberships. You'll get 10% off at checkout using code CORNER, and it's instant delivery via email. I also have a winner to announce later in the video for a $10 Xbox Digital gift card and one more to give away. To enter, all you need to do, drop a comment down below and that winner, they'll be announced in the next video. The Chant to start us off a horror experience. It's not particularly scary, but it is a fun psychedelic trip as you visit a friend at a spiritual retreat where things go wrong. The name really says it all. You take part in a chant and it seems we've now summoned demons to this location. It's not the longest, the game's 5 hours maybe, but we had fun. It's definitely a unique cast and a setting. I always do enjoy as well third-person horror. Find our review and graphical comparison between the X and S in the pinned comment below. It's 33% off then, that is a new low price. Demon Slayer I liked a whole lot more than I expected. I'm always a fan of arena brawlers. I find them to be simple pick up and play experiences where they deliver over the top action. But this one did a particularly good job of capturing the spirit of the anime, whether that was the roster of characters or the fact the story has small linear exploration moments. Look, sure, the latter is very basic, but it's still fun to see these famous locations. If you have finished up the story as well, you can take things online. It's a new low price, 50% off, and this digital deluxe edition, it packs 4 additional characters as well as a slew of cosmetics. Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time is a fantastic 3D platformer. What I appreciated was it shows complete respect for the originals while adding its own unique features to mix things up. Looks fantastic visually as well, and it's the usual affair with stages jumping between 3D and 2D. The story, we are once again fighting back against Dr. Neocortex and company, of course, by recovering the all-powerful quantum masks. These could spell disaster. It's packing then multiple playable characters, and it's still as challenging as ever, something Crash has kind of become known for. It's a new low price, 67% off. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 I loved. These are classic games and this is the treatment they deserved. Basically they rebuilt the originals but kept them as close to that, original model as possible. This means it's packing some of the best locations ever, a huge amount of content thanks to challenges you need to overcome at each park, and it kind of looks fantastic. This pricing, the Series X and S build, expected to be $5 cheaper if you don't need that current gen, and they even managed to keep a decent chunk of the roster and the soundtrack in place while adding a few new additions. Playing on the X and S, 120 frames per second feels absolutely incredible. If you want top quality visuals, expect 60 frames per second. Samurai Warriors 5 was a surprise hit for me. While I do enjoy a Warriors game occasionally, I find I kind of get bored of the format quite quickly and turn to playing in smaller bites. For those that may not know, Warriors are essentially you against an army of incredibly dumb enemies. This entry though kind of stripped things back a bit, however, and that really worked for me. It felt like it was moving a lot faster and the levels have a decent amount of variety. It also helps that the cel shaded like visuals are absolutely stunning. Story, we meet and control several characters during a war in the Sengoku period. It's a new low 40% off, and if you want action, this is gonna be a great option. No More Heroes 3 then was a game I played on the Switch originally, where it was exclusive at launch, but with this release I had to jump back in, and the extra power here makes a huge difference, namely frame rate in the open world sections. It's another good option for those that want all-out action though, and it's following the story of Travis Touchdown. It is ridiculous. We are an assassin that has faced a leaderboard to be the best of the best and now our ultimate challenge arrives, that is, aliens have invaded our home of Santa Destroy. What follows? Just incredible boss encounters. Between each of those though, you will need to raise money to pay an entry fee with some incredibly over-the-top minigames, from mowing the lawn, which is surprisingly addicting, to fighting off invading Godzilla-like enemies on the shore. It's incredibly immature, but in the best possible way, and it's a new low 30% off. Tales of Arise, and don't even try to tell me this is not a strong showing for the winter sale so far. Just incredible game after incredible game. This one though is for the JRPG fans, but you should know going in, it is not turn-based. This one is very much action-based. I could spend all day talking about this release given the huge number of mechanics, so I'm going to say this. Go ahead and watch a full review before you do part with that cash. The world here is huge, the cast is fantastic, and it looks absolutely incredible. The narrative, it centers on two characters from opposing worlds looking to end the oppression of a population. It's a 10 out of 10 game for me, and this is 60% off, matching the low. Need for Speed Unbound is a recent release, and we have a graphical comparison here on the channel. Find that linked in the comments. I've been enjoying it though. I do understand it's not for everyone, largely down to that visual style, a mix of realism for the world and the cars, but cel-shaded almost for the characters. That kind of cartoony vibe as well extends to visual effects that can be seen on the car, such as wings when you do jump, but do know these can be turned off in the options if you do prefer. The core racing though, as fun as ever. It's a big location to explore, and there's a slew of event types. Definitely has a dumb story as well. I think even more B-movie Fast and Furious, a couple of orphans trying to make it in the world of street racing. It's a new low 40% off. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 cross-gen bundle gets a minor discount here, 15% off. It marks a new low price. I reviewed the single player here on the channel. Luke did a 3-hour multiplayer stream, both of those are linked below. This was a real surprise though. I really enjoyed the story. It's a little more grounded than most of the recent entries, with a fantastic fan favourite cast, and then multiplayer, there's a huge number of options with many classics returning alongside co-op missions and DMC mode, which has similarities to Escape from Tarkov. It looks incredible as well on the Series X, I know that from my own experience, and the sound design is particularly impressive, where this one actually surprised me. Bullets whizzing past your heads, explosions, it just sounds really intimidating and really good. Our winner of the week then, it's going to Calorie, who loves seeing dedicated Xbox channels, and we really appreciate the support. We are actually setting up now for a big year in 2023. Congrats so Calorie, drop me an email to claim your code, and everyone else, drop a comment down below for your chance in the next video. Elden Ring to close us out, and what can I really add here? It was awarded Game of the Year 2022 at the Game Awards, and that was absolutely deserved. I and Luke have both been playing through this one, and we really do struggle to find any complaints outside of a few performance stumbles. That said though, with the huge world, creative design and complete freedom, it's extremely easy to forgive. For many, no doubt, this is From Software's best game yet, and it doesn't hurt that George R.R. Martin was behind that story. Yeah, this is just a dark world full of adventure, and there's so many stories out there to uncover if you go looking for it. You can easily get a couple of hundred of hours of gameplay out of this one, and yeah, it's a new low 30% off, a must-play game, especially if you are running a Series X from my experience. And that is the video down. Expect plenty more coverage here over the next couple of weeks. Will you be adding anything to the library though? Let us know in the comments. With that, hit subscribe, join us here for reviews, deals, Game Pass breakdowns and graphical comparisons weekly, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.